there, Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising. It's time to have a look and see what is going on when it comes to your monthly astrological forecast for April 2022. And just a quick heads up for everybody out there. I know we've got some special astrology aspects to talk about in April, but there are a couple that I want to save for other videos just so this doesn't turn into an incoherent 45-minute ramble, namely Jupiter conjunct Neptune and Pluto retrograde in Capricorn. So stay tuned, those videos will be coming soon. And don't forget, if you ever want to get a session with me, you can go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com, or you can follow the links in the down bar below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it, and engagement helps this channel out a lot. And if you do subscribe, well, hey, then you'll know when those videos come out. So, what's happening when it comes to April? We start off on the 1st with a new moon in Aries, your 8th house of shared resources, passive income, as well as intimacy and self-employment earnings. And with the new moon in Aries, we're focusing a bit more on the practical side of things, the financial side of things. And we're seeing new beginnings and new cycles occur. And there is going to be a strong effect window between the 1st and the 15th of the month where a new income avenue or a new income stream is being generated to come in addition to what you are already doing now. Now, with the new moon in the 8th house, this could, of course, be maybe something that you can commit to for a while, right? We are adding a lane to your income avenue, as it were. So this is not something that's necessarily coming in and replacing anything that you have. It might down the road, but we're seeing a lot of bonus earning opportunities coming to you, Virgo people, and things are going to feel quite comfortable. This could be an extra source of revenue that's coming through a side income or a supplemental income, such as a commissions or incentive or tip program or something like that. Or this may even be an extra income stream that is being added to your household economic situation. So really, really cool news coming through there. And it does look like it's something that's going to have some longevity. We also have the Sun and Mercury in this part of your chart as well. And so for the first half of the month, the Sun is bringing attention, enhancement, and support here. Mercury is, of course, bringing that focus on communications, haste, and productivity. And we are seeing an opportunity for a lot of you Virgo people to speed up the way with which you acquire wealth, the way that your businesses grow or your income actually increases. Because Mercury is speeding up transactions, speeding up not only the completions of assignments, but also helping you to get current with a lot of financial goals that you have for yourself, your partner, your household. In fact, what's happening with Mercury as well is that you may be noticing a big growth spurt going on in a spouse's income situation or a business partner's income situation, another half of an alliance that you have, which is making things grow all the more for you. And with the Sun, we are also getting more value for a lot of the work that we are doing, because the Sun will always do that for us in a business area. So attention enhancement and support is also allowing you to pull in greater sums of wealth. We're also seeing a lot more fun with the Sun coming in here. This is all about bringing more recreation, bringing more play when it comes to intimate relationships, any kind of situation where we would like to maybe be a bit more experimental, testing the waters with new ways to express our love or affection for each other, maybe even becoming more intimate in our conversations with partners or intended partners. This is also a time where people are a lot braver when it comes to being able to share more of their vulnerabilities, whether this is something that's happening in a current relationship, or if you're available to somebody new, this may be what sets up a new strong bond. Of course, with the Sun, we are still keeping things, very peaceful, very loving, very sweet, and Mercury is also helping to keep those lines of communication open and flowing clearly, and so we can really do a good job of, maturing a lot of relationships or a lot of intimate connections we have in the first half of this month. We also have Mars in Aquarius, the 6th house of work, reputation, your schedule, your lifestyle, or the services even that you provide to the world and how you're known. And so this is going to be a big focus the first 2 weeks of the month as well. Mars bringing action, passion, energy, and obstacle clearing to your 6th house is transforming how you are received at work and just in the market in general. A lot of you Virgo people are going to be finding that you're going to be first in line for a lot of highly competitive opportunities, but you may notice that there's also a very strong competitive vibe going on in your business or in your field or at the office. Be prepared to compete sportingly during this time, but allow yourself to do so. Mars is also helping you knock down a lot of professional walls and barriers. If there are things that you wish to transform about your financial life, or things that you wish to maybe adapt or bring current, or if there's any kind of old financial business or old image that you wish to eliminate, this is the time. You're also going to find with Mars in Aquarius, however, that there could be some tension when it comes to dealing with clients and customers and maybe your customer base, because you're also going to be asked to pay attention to where you need to weed out some troublemakers, but it is going to be a month of some seriously positive house cleaning when it comes to not only your income, but also how you are seen, recognized, and appreciated by the world you work in. This is also a time, however, where things could get quite busy. Remember, Mars does tend to bring overtime whenever Mars is cruising through an income sector such as houses 2, 6, or 10, in your case, 6. We also have Venus entering Pisces, your 7th house of partnerships or closest one-on-one connections. That's the boyfriend, girlfriend, BFF, business partner, husband, wife, roommate, all the people you have your closest one-on-one involvements with. And Venus will be here from the 5th of April well into May. And with Venus in the 7th house, this is a time where that energy of favor, popularity, love, and affection goes really, really strong. This is one of those times where a lot of you Virgo people are getting a chance to finally explore some long-term goals or fantasies that you may have had as it relates to a romantic relationship, something that maybe you and a partner or you and a love interest have entertained about the future. We're going to get a chance to sample all of that and pull that into the now and not necessarily leave it off in the future. We're going to be noticing a lot more acts of generosity going on here as well. People being more generous with their time, more generous with their words. We've already got a big focus on opening lines of communication with Mercury and Aries as well in the beginning of this month. This is also a time where Venus is helping to bring in a higher quality of life to all partnerships, making things not only more comfortable intimately and socially, but also, yes, in a material sense. And you may be finding that also business partnerships and business alliances are thriving under this aspect. For the second half of the month, we've got Mercury entering Taurus, your 9th house of higher education, government legal proceedings, travel, as well as culture and your spiritual path and practice. Mercury is bringing the communications, haste, and productivity focus to this area of your chart. And we are speeding up the expansion of a lot of projects or the maturation of a lot of agreements and a lot of ventures that you have going on here, especially those that have been maybe taking a long time to get off the ground or taking a while to find the right people, the right community, the right market, or whatever kind of connections you are trying to cement. With Mercury in the 9th house, you're going to be finding that a lot of you Virgo people are not only speeding up your own growth in this space, but it's also propagating you. And it's actually a great time for a lot of you who are thinking about marketing yourself, putting yourself out there, drawing awareness is something that you care about. Could be a bit of a 15 minutes of fame kind of experience for a lot of you who are maybe looking to do some collaborations, or you are looking to maybe connect or close the distance between you and some highly capable people. In fact, with Mercury in the 9th house, this can also be really good for existing alliances and existing network connections, especially where you may feel that certain connections that you have established that have not been able to have their day, have their time, are finally able to do so because a lot of distractions, a lot of unnecessary, attention grabbing, circumstances or people are getting removed from your life. You're also going to find with Mercury here that because this is happening, you're going to get a chance to do a lot of transfers or transitions away from different markets and different crowds that you have evolved away from, so that you can also step into a higher space when it comes to not only developing your own skills and furthering your own progress, but also being able to pal around and collaborate and ally yourself with those that are also on the same road as you. We have Mars entering Pisces as well the second half of the month, bringing that action, passion, energy, and obstacle clearing driving force to your area of partnerships and closest one-on-one connections. With Mars here, there is a focus on bringing in a deeper closeness. And the way Mars works, though, it's about clearing away obstacles to true closeness and authentic friendship and strong bonds, right? Because Mars is saying, look, let's look and see what are the blocks. What are the walls? What are the containments that have maybe been keeping us from being able to fully engage with the partnerships we desire to partner with, whether it's a business partnership or an alliance or a romantic relationship or even just a close friendship? Mars is allowing these unities or these unions, let's say, to bond in a much more substantial way by clearing out a lot of fluff, a lot of interference, maybe a lot of distractions, or even interpersonal blocks or interpersonal walls so that these can occur. We're going to also find that there is a new kind of drive, a new kind of ambition coming to all of these unions, and that may even make a lot of your business partnerships or romantic relationships, or maybe they're one and the same, all the more not only ambitious, but all of the more productive themselves. However, with Mars in the 7th house, this can also be a time where, yes, some clashes and collisions may occur. Because in order to knock down walls, sometimes we need a battering ram. And in order for hearts to understand each other, there may need to be some removals of some blocks or some interference or even burdens that maybe we have been carrying as a couple, as a partnership, as an alliance, maybe blocks to finding the alliance we want or the partnership we want. But it's all in the highest interest of all concerned, okay? So keep that in mind. Mars will be with us, well into May. We have a full moon in Libra coming up as well on the 16th, opening up a 2-week window period between the 16th and the 29th of the month. This is going to be a time where there is a big culmination or a big transition occurring in your second house of earned income, employment, your values, and your valuables. We are closing up a story, professionally or financially, that needs to be closed. Now, for a lot of you Virgo people, this could be a time where you are able to finally clear away some kind of old financial or professional business, or maybe even close an association. Some of you may be finding that there is an opportunity to cut something off, or maybe even get a big break in such a way where you are able to put in a notice or a transfer, remove yourself from some kind of financial or professional agreement or engagement you have sustained until April. This is a freedom moment for a lot of you. This full moon is cleaning your plate, financially as well as professionally. So, when you get opportunities to make a big jump or maybe clear off anything that has been maybe riding you or following you, this is the time where you are having so much support astrologically to get it done and make it stick. We have finally a couple of very interesting aspects going on in Taurus, that 9th house of higher education, government legal proceedings, travel, as well as culture, your spiritual path and practice, really adding to the expansiveness of the second half of the month for you Virgo people. The sun is moving in here as we get into week 3, bringing attention, enhancement, and support to all areas of your 9th house. And so you're going to be noticing that the world is changing around this area of your life. Your cultural circles, spiritual circles, professional circles, and academic circles are going through a big evolution. And you may find that a lot of normals, a lot of trends, or a lot of agreements that have been maybe consistent in this space are getting turned upside down in order to be swapped out, transmuted, or maybe just abolished for everyone's own highest good. This is a time where we are swapping out a lot of contacts, we are swapping out a lot of contracts, we are swapping out the terms of agreement, or even changing a lot of rules and the laws of the land so that they are going to be serving that highest interest of all concerned. And you're going to watch this evolution take place from week 3 of April through week 3 of May. And this may also even overturn or transform a lot of understandings that you have about certain corners of your field, academically, spiritually, or professionally, because things that don't hold up very well, even old ordinances, right, the laws of the land that don't hold up very well at all or never should have existed, are also going through their own clearing. This solar eclipse that's occurring here is creating an extra powerful new moon effect, right? Because a solar eclipse is just a new moon cubed. So instead of having a 2-week window period for a new beginning or a new chapter or cycle to begin, we have a 3-month window. So from the 30th of this month through the 30th of July, we're really going to be feeling it. And this is going to be setting you up with a whole new territory to claim for yourselves. Those of you that have been looking to make a big jump when it comes to your own education, or maybe change vocations, change careers, or maybe those of you who have been thinking about delving into a deeper side of your spiritual path, your spiritual practice, are going to have this really go to work for you here. This is also adding a lot more emphasis on moves and travel, really getting you out of your backyard, getting you out of your comfort zone. And a lot of you are going to find that, yes, some big bubbles are popping even on a cultural, professional, and social level. This is also a time where a lot of you Virgo people may be hitting it big, because a lot of things that can happen with the solar eclipse in the 9th house also get us discovered in a big way. We may find that, things that maybe were not understood, or maybe were before their time, or, were just not appreciated by the population in general as it relates to the work that we put out there, our contributions to our field, are now maybe even retroactively getting that appreciation, getting that enhancement, getting that value that also comes with the sun being in Taurus. So a lot of you better be prepared for a sudden 15 minutes of fame experience as well. So that is what I've got for you all. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it. And should you ever want to get a session with me, go on ahead to my website. It's integrativemysticism.com.